Hello my little Christmas bonbons, it is I, LpsHoney, and today we're going to be making a Christmas custom. I'm honestly really excited to do this video because for most of December and November, I haven't really been making any customs, and that's just because I didn't have the time. And it really frustrated me because I actually started getting decent at doing customs. Not the best, but you know, I was getting there. But I really wanted to make this video because I don't think I've ever made a specific Christmas custom, and if I have, it'll be years ago and I've definitely forgotten it, but I don't think I have. So our custom today is going to be this little gingerbread pup. He is a head swap custom with a few little bits kind of modeled onto him. So I'm going to be showing you all the process of how I made him, painted him, and how we got to the final product. Let me show you guys the bases I started with and we can get into the customizing process. So like I said earlier, this custom is a head swap. So the body I'm going to be using for our gingerbread pup is this G3 bear, kind of like a G3 mixed with a G2 because there's a G2 mold, but G3 eyes, G2.5 let's say. So that's the body and this is the head. Why do I just have a Dalmatian head with no body? Honestly, I don't remember. I found this little guy in my custom box and I was like, you know what? You already don't have a body. You're perfect. You're what I want to use for this custom. So that's our first step. We're going to do a little head swap between these two pets. There are different methods you can use for head swaps. Some people use the boiling water method. I personally use the hairdryer method. So I'll show you guys how I do it and then we'll get painting. Hi, welcome to the customizing part. So I decided to voice over this part just because you definitely don't want to listen to the hairdryer. But as you can see, when you're pulling heads off LPS, they don't always come off super smoothly, so I did have to heat it up twice to remove the neck joint, and then heat up the body again to put our new head in place. I also recommend being very careful if you're going to head swap pets. These hair dryers can get extremely hot and you can burn your skin, so please be careful if you are going to head swap a pet for a custom. But this is where we started, and I had this little resin button I had made ages ago, so I decided to glue that down to the chest to kind of make it like a little gumdrop. I thought it was a cute idea. It's the only part that I added onto the LPS, but I thought it was a cute addition. From there, I started adding our white base. I just went over super lightly because the body and head are different colors, and if I can get them just with a white wash to be a bit similar, the better. Because we're painting this pet a darker color, I didn't need it to be super white and opaque. Then started going in with our base color, this really nice brown I mixed together. And let me tell you, okay, layers. Layers are so important. Like, this is the first layer and it looks rough, and that's the point, because you want a few thin layers rather than one thick layer that looks streaky and lumpy. And you know, that's been a learning lesson for me. Like, I have definitely learned patience from doing customs because it took me about 3 layers to get this brown to be super opaque, covering up all the pet below. Like, it's not a super fast process, so definitely build up thin layers. I'm a bit of a rough painter as you can see, but as long as it's thin layers that are a little watered down, you should get a nice smooth base like this, which looks great in my opinion. So after we got our base looking nice, I decided to go in with the eyes just to kind of map out where I wanted them to be, how big I wanted them to be. I usually kind of leave the eyes till last, but I just wanted to bring a bit of life to this base because he was just looking like a block of chocolate as I was working on him. Also, just like the rest of the pet, you need to build up layers on the eyes, especially with white paint on top of literally any color. It's definitely going to take you a few layers, and that's fine. The first layer is always going to look streaky, messy, awful, but just stick to it, okay? Trust me, trust the process. Now, because this pet is based off a gingerbread man, I didn't want to go super crazy with the design. I just wanted to keep it fairly simple, but let the shading kind of do the work in making it look like a cookie. So I went in and I painted the little gumdrop, and I did the little squiggles on the arms that a lot of gingerbread men usually have. This part was so hard to record, and that's why there's not a huge amount of clips, because I was just changing position all the time. But I think it looked really good in the end, very cute. I decided to not do the swirls on the feet and instead paint the little toes, because I think that kind of matched pretty nicely. And then I also ended up painting around the neck as well, just because this panda body base has kind of like a prominent neck area, and I thought, hey, why not turn that into something? And you'll see it in a minute, but right now I'm filling in the gumdrop to be red because I wanted it to look kind of jelly-like, icing-like. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, and I painted the tail as well, of course. I also put white on the nose. I didn't paint the nose white, but I wanted the red to really stand out, so that's why I did that. And you can see here the first coats I did of the white, and again I built it up over time. And here I am putting the red on the nose. I just wanted the red to stand out a lot, and putting it on white paint really just kind of gives it that bit of oomph to show up a lot better. And I was so happy with how he was looking at this point. So it was time to move on to the eyes, and I feel like I've gotten a lot more confident in the eyes. Like, look at that stroke. That was a smooth, clean, like semicircle stroke. I'm so proud of myself. But in all seriousness, this took me forever to get like comfortable doing, and still even now I still mess up. But it's just like a time thing, honestly. Like, it took me months to be able to do this, and I'm someone who has shaky hands, not the best eyesight when it comes to painting, but you can get there with practice. I also added some lighter green highlights and then went in with the black to do the rest of the iris. Just looking so freaking cute. And then I did the little eye shines. I did use a dotting tool for this, and I used a dotting tool for some other details you guys will see in a minute. I love dotting tools. They are so handy for somebody who struggles with like small circles, you know, like getting the really small details. Dotting tools can be a lifesaver, so if you're thinking of doing customs, invest in some dotting tools, trust me. But anyway, I wanted to add some little freckles just to kind of give him something a bit more on his face, because I thought his body looked great, but he was lacking something on his face, so I added some freckles, and then I also added some little hearts on his ears to match the icing on the body. I don't know, it's small details, but I really do think it helped tie the custom together a lot better, and I'm really happy that I did these little extra details. And then it was time to shade, the moment that kind of brings it all together. There he is, all shaded. Again, I didn't record a lot of it because it's kind of hard, but then I noticed he couldn't stand up on his own because he's got a heavy head, so I decided to make him a stand using these items here, a little piece of wood, some craft magnets, and some deco cream. I was originally going to paint the base to be a cookie, however I hated how it was turning out, so I started off with this light color, but then immediately was like nope, and turned it into a chocolate instead. But here's me putting a magnet on the pet's foot and on the base so he can magnetically stand up on his little chocolate block. I think this turned out okay. Like, I used some little charms, some little deco cream, just to decorate it a bit, just so he's not standing on just a slab of nothing. And I think overall it turned out pretty cute. So the chocolate stand was the last piece that I needed to do just to give him some stability. And now I will let you guys have a look at the finished product. Hey guys, so it is the next day since I first started this custom, and I am honestly so happy with how he turned out, from the painting to the shading and even his little stand which helps prop him up. I am just so beyond pleased with the final result. I definitely feel like I captured the gingerbread man aesthetic I was going for. Even things like the back of the pet not being as decorated as the front, I think really adds to the pet and the whole gingerbread look, because let's be real, gingerbread cookies are never decorated on the back anyway. Now, like I mentioned in the painting part of this video, this little guy cannot stand up on his own, unfortunately. I've never done this head swap before, so I didn't realize how heavy this head would be on this body. Also, it was just a bit loose fitting as well when I originally put it in, so he kind of topples forward, and that's why the whole stand slash base was made. But I didn't want to restrict him to permanently being on a stand, so that's why the whole magnet idea arose, and you can still take him off, walk him around, bobble his head, because I was kind of faced with two options: either make a stand or glue his head down to make him more stable. And while gluing his head down would make sure he doesn't fall over and he can stand on his own, it takes away the whole movability and bobble. It's something I've done with other customs, but I really wanted this custom to still kind of have that movability in him. So in the end, creating this little chocolate base was the best option for me. I think it matches the theme pretty well with the gummy and the cream and everything. Even though I originally wanted it to be a cookie, I think the chocolate still works. And of course we have the magnet on the bottom. I wanted to put it on the bottom rather than the top, so it was more hidden and just a bit more discreet when you're having him on his little base. And then of course, like you guys saw, he has his magnet in his foot. It went in crooked, but it still works fine. And there he is, my gingerbread pup. I am so happy with him, like I said, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, seeing the process for Christmas, and of course I will include some images at the end of this video, but also over on my Instagram at LpsHoney official. I want to pat myself on the back because I don't think this is my best work, but I do think this is the best shading I've done on a pet. Just with the eyes and the rosy cheeks and everything, I just love how it turned out, and it gives it that cookie look. Like I said, let me know what you guys think, because I'd be really interested to hear your opinions. Hi, I'm back for the outro. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please do not forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I will see you next time with a brand new video. Oh, by the way, this is my last video before Christmas. My short film is going to be coming out after Christmas, so I just want to say a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone, and stay safe. And until next time, bye guys!